So today's lecture, will cover the history of the web, and I will define Web3, and I will explain Web3 with a use case, and you will learn Web3 stack and Web3 applications, and also I will address the dark side of Web3 and blockchain and crypto. So I want to note before we get started, today's lecture is non-technical. So we will take a big picture of Web3 and blockchain. And today's lecture will cover the entire spectrum of Web3 and blockchain. So you will learn a lot of new terms and a lot of new applications. So, but don't worry if you don't understand everything. We will come back to them in later lectures. And today's lectures is geared toward beginners. However, there may be insights. Okay, let's start from the history of the web. So back in 1991, the web was invented by Sir Tim Berners-Lee, and this is the first web page. So Tim Berners-Lee makes three different components of the web. This is key components of the web. So URL as an identification address, and HTML as a representation language, and HTTP as a communication protocol. But the important thing is these are open standard. It means anyone can use this technology and this standard to make their own web-based project or web-based application, website. So it's free.
Professor, sorry to interrupt. We are missing the lecture PDF, so can you share it through like Web3 class style or on, I guess, here?
This lecture slide.
Lecture slide, yeah, lecture slide.
Yeah. So I said I will share this material tomorrow on Discord. Sorry about that. So I have to modify some contents today, and then I will share this slide tomorrow.
Understood.
Okay, how the web became widespread? The first reason is it is open standard, and Web3C make this standard and enhance this standard. And the second reason is there was a killer client, web browser. Actually, Mosaic is the first web browser, and then Netscape was the most successful web browser. So anyone can access the web very easily with Netscape. And the third reason is originally the web was decentralized. If we wanted to create your homepage or your website, you should install web server and you should run your web server. So it was decentralized. So with these reasons, the web became widespread. So it is Web 1.0. Yahoo was the most successful service of Web 1.0. It is called Portal. Yahoo gathered all homepage and website from the web, and then they categorize this information, and users search for a specific homepage or website on Yahoo. So it is a portal to the web. AOL is another example of Web 1.0. AOL hired a lot of content creators and journalists, and then they create their own contents, and user just read these contents. So Web 1.0 is just a read-only web. On the other hand, it is static web. People just consume data. But it is very important because it began the age of information. And Yahoo, AOL, Netscape was killer application at that time. How portal works is very simple because they create their contents and users just consume this content and they earn money from advertisement business model. But the situation changed in the middle of 2000. The web became interactive. Many engineers developed interactive web technology like JavaScript, Flash, and Ajax. So web became interactive. And also there are some tools to publish users' contents like blog and wiki. And lastly, 2007, we finally met new device, iPhone. So smartphone played the role of data input device. So we can easily generate a content with smartphone. Mixing this event, we met Web 2.0 applications. Wikipedia is the representative example of Web 2.0. Anyone can participate in creating web Wikipedia pages and modifying web Wikipedia pages. So it is a huge, good example of Web 2.0. And also WordPress is the most popular blog service at the time. So this is my WordPress blog site. Back in 2007, 2006, I organized some community at KAIST. It is called Google Seek and Web2 Hub. And then I researched it and I studied Web 2.0 with KAIST students. And I wrote a lot of blog posts in WordPress. So at that time, users started to create their own contents with these tools and platform. So Web 2.0 is read-write web. On the other hand, in other words, interactive web. So people can produce and consume data. So we can see the explosion of contents from users. So we called user-generated contents or user-created contents, UGC and UCC. And these contents were stored on platform like Google, Facebook, Amazon, YouTube, Instagram. So those services were killer application at the time. How platform works? User produce data and then they put this data into platform and other users can consume this data. And platform also make money with advertisement business model. So it's also very simple. But as you know, there are a lot of platform issues on user data. Recently, we suffer from data breaches, privacy issues, and data misuse, spread of misinformation. So a lot of problems. And also, the web is centralized with platforms, and our contents are fragmented by platforms. Here comes Web3. Web3 frees user data from platform and returns the web to its original decentralized web. So I'd like to explain what Web3 is with some good examples. Mirror.xyz is contents publishing service of Web3. When you write some blog post on mirror.xyz, your content will stored on public data store like blockchain or decentralized file system. So it means mirror.xyz cannot control your data because only you own your private key to control your data. And also, mirror.xyz provides some monetization scheme for your data. So this author, Linda created some monetization scheme for her article. If a reader satisfy her article, they can send Ether to her and get reward as an NFT. So it is very interesting model. It is different from advertisement business model. It is direct selling of content. So we can make this kind of different business model with Web3. And the other example is PoApp. It is very simple application. So when you join an event, that event can issue some proof of attendance as NFT, and you can get this NFT, PoApp NFT, and then you can trace all attendance of events. So this is the page of Vitalik Buterin, inventor of Ethereum, PoApp page. So he can see all attendance of events, and then he can manage and control this data by himself. Okay, Web3 is read, write, and own web. In other words, decentralized web. So people can produce, consume, and own data. And one important thing is this data will be governed by community. But it's very early. It's very early, maybe 21 or 22 people started talking about Web3. So there is no killer application right now. How Web3 works is very different from platform and portals. People produce data, but this data will be stored on public data store like blockchain and decentralized file system. And then Web3 application just access this user data, and other people can consume this data through Web3 application. So as you can see, many Web3 applications share same user data. It is very different. So in summary, Web evolved from Web 1.0 back in 1991 to Web 3. So after Web 1.0, about 15 years later, we met Web 2.0, and then the Web 3 emerged back in 2021. So the period is about 15 years. So what I want to say is Web3 is just emerged. So it is very early. So we have to study and research Web3, and then we have to develop Web3 more. Okay, let's move on to Web3 in more detail with use case. There are various Web3 definitions from well-known figures in blockchain space. Vitalik Buterin, Joseph Rubin, all of them defined what Web3 is. So these definitions are a little bit different, but they have very common factors of Web3 definitions. So I defined Web3 by myself. Web3 is a new vision of the internet where people control their own data and create new economic opportunities, extending the internet from a network of information to a network of value. So what I want to emphasize is Web3 is all about data sovereignty. And Web3 has 4 features. The first, data ownership to users. And the second, data as digital assets. And the third, communities as data governance actors. And the last, protocols as data utilization tools. I will explain these features with use cases. So I will address Lens protocol. Lens protocol is a user-owned open social graph protocol. So any application can utilize Lens protocol in order to implement their own social media or social network service. So Lens protocol store users' social graph data on blockchain, Polygon blockchain, and IPFS. And Lancer is Web3 style Twitter on top of Lens protocol. So I will explain 4 features of Web3 with Lens protocol. The first feature is data ownership to users. Lens protocol implement NFT and implement profile NFT. If I join Lens protocol, I should make profile NFT. This profile NFT has information, profile information, and also publication data like posts, comments, and retweets, and also followership like friends membership are connected into profile NFT. And these all data are stored on public data store, blockchain, and decentralized file system. And I own profile NFT with my wallet. So I can control my profile NFT with my wallet, with my private key. So Lens protocol cannot control and manage my profile NFT. So I can own my social graph data with profile NFT. And the second feature is data as digital assets. If I want to make my data as an asset, I need some scheme to sell my data. Lens protocol provides 3 different monetization scheme. Anyone can buy your posts by collect. So if a reader satisfy your content, they correct your posts or comments with a fee. So it is paid content. And also someone want to follow you, you can earn money if you configure. So it is follow NFT. So it makes follow mechanism as NFT. So when a person follow you, it is the same as buying follow NFT of yours. And the last, you can sell your proper NFT with your entire data. So it's not familiar with me. So if I sell my proper NFT on OpenSea, it is NFT marketplace, I have to take all entire my social data over other people. But it is a monetization mechanism with my social data. So I already bought one proper NFT to use Lens protocol. This is the only way to join Lens protocol right now. And the third feature is communities as data governance actors. Lens protocol provides two different governance models. So the first one is governance for Lens protocol itself. They try to engage communities to make important decisions. So it's a plan. So it's a plan. They will make important decision with community by voting. And another governance scheme is built-in governance. It's very interesting feature. Extensible Lens is my proper NFT, and if I have 100 followers, I can make my own social group with my proper NFT. And then my followers can participate in voting because Lens protocol already implement governance scheme. So it is very easy for me and for Lens protocol users to create social group and make governance by followers. So it's a very interesting feature. And the last feature is protocols as data utilization tool. So as I said, Lens protocol is not an end user service. It means if you want to use Lens protocol, you have to use other service like Lenster. So good advantage of protocol is when I make my profile in Lens protocol, this profile will be reused for other service on top of Lens protocol. So Web3 style YouTube is LensTube, and Lensstar is Web3 style Instagram. All these services share Lens protocol data. So I don't need to create new profile for new service. So it's very interesting feature. And already there are hundreds of applications on top of Lens protocol. It is called Lensboards. In the perspective of builder, engineer, developers, it is very good because Lens protocol can solve the cold start problem. When you build your own service, the biggest problem is cold start problem. When you start your service, there is no users, so you have to spend a lot of money to attract users with marketing. But when you launch your social media service on top of Lens protocol, you can leverage existing users of Lens protocol because it has very low barrier to install other application on top of Lens protocol. So it is very good feature of protocols. So in summary, Web3 has 4 different features: data ownership to users, data as digital assets, and communities as data governance. And the last, protocols as data utilization tools. These are building blocks, can be a building block for Web3 applications. So I made these building blocks as Web3 stack. Okay, let's move on to Web3 stack. So this is already 5:10. So I think we need a short break, maybe 15 minutes. So you can come back to the session at 5:25. In the meantime, I will make some answer for the questions. Okay. Okay. See you later.